Hey guys, just gonna give you a quick walkthrough in our store just to show you brand to brand what I kind of think is happening in the markets, what I think good buys are, what I think, good investments are. So we have a very small vintage collection. This is not the type of stuff that was going crazy in the market where they're, 5X, 6X. This is just for very specific collectors. This is not something that's gonna flip right away. This is, 5, 10, 20, 30 years ago, they were hot pieces, and now today they're rare to get. So if you love vintage, we got a ton of stuff for you. Definitely check it out. In this section here, we've got some Tudor, we've got some Hublot, we've got some IWC. If I had to place it, I would say, if you're looking for a good entry-level watch, a good starter, Tudor's the place to start. It's not over list. They're made by Rolex. It's a well-produced product. I think this is a great area to start. Hublot, not the biggest fan. I would definitely recommend buying pre-owned instead of retail. There is some price gaps. If you're shopping online, you guys will see it. I want to say too much about it. IWC, I think, is a great brand as well. Great starter piece if you're looking to get into something that's Swiss made, just a beautiful collection. You can add these guys in. Omega, believe it or not, this is not our biggest seller. They are huge, they're global. It's just everything's slowed down a bit. So if you're looking for a good investment, definitely go for maybe one of the moon watches. If I had some of the nice Speedmaster 300s, that's the easiest buy in Omega. I would say buy that right away. But great investment piece, great bang for your buck here. In this section, we got some Breitling and some mixed timepieces. So Breitling's been around forever. They've kind of always been steady. They're never really too down. They're never up above market. So I think these are always great buys. Actually wearing one today. This is one of my favorites. As we come over into Rolex, things get a little bit trickier. So ladies models and the classic models, so anywhere from even vintage 24M, 26M, 28M, we got 31 and 36. For ladies models and the unisex models, this we've always had the stock, but the prices have dropped a bit, so they're a little bit softer, a little bit easier to get into. Definitely come see us or give us a call. Into the men's sizes, there is a little bit of a crazy jump still. So on the more sought after pieces like the Wimbledon or the blue dials or any of the new OPs, they're still up, but they have been corrected. They're not triple the retail or double the retail that they used to be, which is great. Lastly, I'll just bring you over to the sport models, which are still kind of the peak of the market for us. The top Gs, everything's going crazy with these. Again, they've softened up. They haven't crashed. A lot of people are confusing crashes with a correction. This wasn't a crash, this was a correction. So things that were 5X, they're 3X. Things that were 2X, they're maybe 0.5X. It's just a little bit of a premium to get it today. But I mean, the Swiss Rolexes, the actual manufacturers, they have never been this much export ever in history. This is the most exporting they've ever done. So I don't think they're slowing down in manufacturing. I think just the world has recognized that these are great investments. They're hard to get, and that's what's causing the world to turn in this crazy event. So as far as the top dogs of the market have gone, anything that went 5X, 6X, I think that peaked the most, more than Rolex. It's got to be between AP and Patek. I've seen these go for, I was selling the same Royal Oaks back in the day for 20,000 that I also sold one this year for 125,000. The market was crazy. It's not a real number. It was just a demand. People want it today, right? And what's causing this crash or this correction is also people that need to pay their bills today. They're trying to sell their luxury goods under market value because they need money now. They're not trying to wait a month or 2 weeks or whatever it is. They got bills to pay, right? So that's also affecting this correction. But what I can show you something a little bit harder, even harder to get than a Richard Mille, to be honest. I mean, we've got lots of these. We've sold lots of these. I don't have any in today because they are a quick sell, but I'll show you one thing that's been a little bit harder for us to get. If you see this bag, you already know what I'm talking about. Check that out. We actually threw this on a rubber bee. I think it looks a little bit sharper. This is the Mission to Mercury, actually. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Look at that. So if you want to talk about watch trends, these are a few $100s at retail. I saw guys selling them $1,500, $1,600. Like, it's just a demand thing, right? Supply and demand. It's never going to end. It's a business, right? Our good friend here not only brought us one, but he brought us two super, super rare watches to acquire. Look at this thing.
What do you say to people that laugh at these?
There's nothing that funny. I mean, it's a beautiful watch. So this is the Mission to Earth, which I'm still trying to get back to. So again, very sought after, very popular in the market. If you were around a few months ago when these were released, I mean, especially down here at the Eden Center, there was like a huge lineup around the block, maybe twice over. And if you know how big that mall is, you know how long that line was. So people were sleeping out, they're camping out just to get these. And it's still happening every Monday. Like every Monday there's a lineup, they get their new stock, and it's just something special. Just wanted to make sure we included you guys. All right, guys, this is the end of our segment. Thanks again for being so patient and listening to us. I know there's a lot of information that we threw out there. We really do appreciate you guys, and that's why we want to keep you informed, to keep you updated. Feel free to reach out by text, email, DM. You guys have our numbers, you have our contact, don't be shy. Make sure you guys are following, liking, and subscribing, all those great things to make our channel grow. Thank you, Roman, for that ending line. We really appreciate it, man. We're big fans. We love everything you do. Any updates, you know, guys, comment below if you want to see some more content. We've got a lot of stuff coming up in September for you, okay? So thanks again. This is Joey C signing off.